Check this out, guys. 69 Buick Skylark convertible. Customer just dropped it off this morning. Wants me to check it out, see what I think of the car. He's had it a little while and wants to decide, make a decision whether to move forward and do more of a restoration on it. Although, I mean, look at it. It looks pretty nice. It's got a great interior. Sounds great. Haven't really driven it other than across the car park, but I mean, it seems okay. Door could use adjusting. Now, one thing I am seeing that concerns me a little is we've got some little imperfections going along here, which is a bad sign. You can see we got a bit of Bondo down low here. And the other little telltale is right here. There should be a seam here where the two, that panel and that panel, like come together like that, and there should be a little groove through here. That's been mudded over, and you've got bubbles here and you've got cracks here, and it's doing the same stuff on the other side. So that bears further investigation. And this side, our little blemishes are even worse, and if you can pick that up on camera, Steve, but it's got a line going down here, and this is a nice long straight line. Right there it's quite bad, all the way along here. So I'm wondering if this has had quarter skins, something put on it. We'll have a closer look when you get in the trunk. But man, look at that baby. It's a great colour. Like from back here, 10 feet away. Who wouldn't want to drive that? Even as a Ford guy, that's a pretty slick looking car. Anyway, the truth is when we get it up in the air and get it on the rack. So let's pull it inside and we'll see if it's as good as it looks. Okay. Here we are, indoors. Let's have a look in the engine bay to start with. Alright. Well, it looks pretty clean and tidy and kind of unmessed with under here. This looks like an upgrade. It appears they've done a complete, like a four-wheel disc brake conversion on it. Upgraded the booster and the master cylinder. Power steer. Well, that's a factory thing. It's actually pretty clean under here. Not bad at all. It looks like maybe it had air conditioning at some point, because you've got a spare V-belt groove here and a spare one on the crank. So I'm guessing that probably came over here and went to a compressor here once upon a time. Maybe. But that's a good deal. I mean, it runs nice. There's really kind of nothing to do under here. Let's head to the back and see if we can figure out what's happening with those funny lines on the back quarters. Yep. There we go. All right. Well, okay, let's have a look under here. You know, put your head right down in here and it's like, okay. Yeah. You can see why we've got lines. We've got a join right through here with pot rivets sticking out. Like it's up here, vertical line, and then across and heading as far as I can reach, but that's just yeah, you can't see behind that. I'm not sure whether it was my head blocking the shot then, but this is ugly. It's definitely a different shape on the outside to what it is on the inside. Now checking the trunk floor. No, yeah, we got patches on patches. This guy obviously got a pot rivet gun for his birthday, whoever did this, because there's just pot rivets everywhere. That's starting to fall in here. Hey, yay. Alright, So someone's done a horrible patch-up job on the rear quarters. Let's have a look at this side. Yep, same again. Pot rivets. Bird shit MIG welds here. And this strip, I'm not sure why they did that. I guess they welded it to the original quarter up here, or tacked it onto here and then laid up the new replacement panel, because you can get kind of lower quarters for these. But yeah, pot rivets are not a good way to attach a quarter. We've got more in here. Someone been in here with his caulking gun. Yeah, rust holes. But yeah, these lines line up perfectly with these. You know, you got to be on just the right angle, but you can see there's blemishes in the paint and a big long line straight down there, which is that's repairs failing. So let's put it up in the air and see what lurks beneath. It does still open, but it's moved going in the air, which is not that unusual on a convertible, to be fair. Alright, there's definitely some Bondo action going on through here. It's just all starting to bubble and move. Obviously got a big rust scaly up mark there. Yeah, this lip here is, oh, okay. That's a bit of Bondo and undercoat. This is too wide here. That's not right, and you can see there's lots of Bondo in here. And I've talked on previous videos about when you can see the little spot welds along here. Can't see that. The spot welds are buried. What else have we got? Oh, here's a patch. Oh, okay. Tech screws on this one and a bolt. Yeah, you can see the little pot rivets here. Where that's the pot rivets we could see on the inside. Along here, this is all gooed up. More pot rivets. Yeah, there's a lot of issues going on here. If you get the light, oh, come down here, Steve. You can kind of see up in there. It's all just buttered in there, like it's spreading butter. And up in the top of the wheel arch up here, like right up in there, you can see it going all the way. Ooh. A lot of heavy scaling on the the chassis. A lot of surface rust. This car's definitely seen some salt. We've got the deflated air shocks. Someone has, this is all the brakes. Got a little telltale sign there. We've got a polished rotor here and a rusty part of the rotor here. That pad is not engaging correctly with the rotor. It's only just touching on that outside inch. So that's, I really don't think that's our biggest worry at the moment. What have we got up here, Steve? It's looking okay up there. Ooh. This side, this rear quarters, that's a patch panel there, more pot rivets. That's a bit of expanded mesh stuff there that they've squeezed around there and then mudded it in. All up into here. It's nasty. Yeah, right the way across these outer wheel houses. It's rotten all the way up and through there. Yeah, the old girl's seen some salt, sadly, guys. You've got rust through in the floor pans here. Look at the heavy scale on this chassis rail. Oh, look at this stuff. That's rust scale from inside the chassis. That's just that's just rattling. There's more of it here. Yeah, more rust scale. Ooh. What else have we got? Yeah, if you kind of look up into here, look at this edge of this hole. It's paper thin here. That should be 1/8 of an inch thick. It's not. But this is where this has come from. You know, or maybe not that exact piece, but it's just rusted and scaled and then fallen away. We got more pot rivets. Peter Pot Riveter, I used to own this, I think. Oh, we got a big hole up here that's patched over. More pot rivets. Yeah, it's a big old missing piece there. Then what's the? Oh, shoot! Look up here, guys. This is actually paper thin here, all the way through. That's why it's caved in. Someone's jacked and probably put it on a lift here, and it's paper thin here. Up here, you've got rust holes right through. That chassis is badly compromised there. Badly compromised. Moving forward, we got more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like 30, 40 pot rivets here. Fuel line, steel line, rubber line, steel line, rubber line, steel line. Yeah, that's just a whole lot of connections that, you know, you're just asking for a leak now. And here we go. Look at the size of these chunks of scale in here. And I can't even get them out. You getting that on camera there, Steve? Like, it's just big chunks of scale. Now that used to be chassis and now it's not. You're like, this is huge. This old girl really does need, I mean, that's a big piece. That's like 2 inches wide and 4 inches long. Like, you need a much bigger hole in the chassis to get that out. It'll come out over here. Bear with me, guys. This is just like, it's worth seeing. Oh. There you go. It's raining Buick, guys. It's raining Buick. Wow. That's not good. Yeah, so the holes here. Moving forward. What else have we got? This doesn't seem too bad here, but this heavy pitting. There's rust. Oh, if you peer up in here, Steve, you can see like there's more of that white caulking stuff, and just rusty, raggedy edges. Yeah, I think if you were to sandblast this car, it would tell a tale. Heavy scaling on these suspension arms. Now these aren't they're not so rusty that they're thin and dangerous, but it's an indicator of the history of the car when heavy steel parts like that are deeply pitted. It's a telltale that this thing's seen a lot of salt. Now here's another little warning sign. When your oil, okay, now this is only surface rust, but how many oil pans do you see that are going rusty? They're usually oily, is their usual state of affairs. You know, they're just covered in oil, but this has actually got surface rust and it's blowing through the paint. Some kind of a fuel return repair here. Yeah. Okay, well, customer was kind of hoping he had a budget. It doesn't extend to this kind of repair. Needs to be frame off. Probably a new frame, I'd say. You know, once you expose the top part of the frame, you're going to find more rust, like pretty much guaranteed. And that, like, I wouldn't want to repair that piece at the back there. That's just paper thin. Like how far big a piece do you cut out? This is a chassis. You can probably find one from, you know, a car that's not been in a salt state. Just a chassis, which would be the way to go. Quarters, complete floor pan, yeah, it needs some work, but it's also quite a nice driver. I mean, you saw it out there outside, it looks pretty nice, pretty presentable, but just goes to show what can be hiding underneath. Another reason to get a pre-inspection purchase. This guy did buy this pretty cheap, and he bought it about 4 years ago, sight unseen. And with what he paid for it, he did pretty good. Naturally, even with all this, he still did pretty good. But yeah, his choice now is, do you move on and like throw? This probably needs 60 grand spent on it, to be honest, to make it really nice. And you know, do you do that, or do you like move it on to the next guy and let someone else? You know, he has said that he's gonna, you know, that's why we're doing the video. He's not trying to hide any of this. He's a full disclosure kind of guy. He's not going to rip anyone off. He's, you know, going to tell them what it is, let them see the video. This is what you're buying for your money. Do you want it? Do you not? So you can't ask for more than that, really. So yeah, let's drop it down, do a quick lap of our block, and just get some wind in our hair and or what's left of it, and enjoy a convertible in a nice warm Tennessee summer day. Right, okay Steve, let's go. Let's couple of Mustangs hanging in the background. Ooh, man, it's a gorgeous day. We're going to start doing these test drives mid-morning instead of the end of the day. Mid-morning when there's less traffic. I mean, it's just a 350, you know, the Buick 350, but it's quite lively. It's not fast, but it's quite, you know, quite lively. And it just floats down the road. And this is a car you just drive, not because you got to get somewhere, but just because it's fun. It's just pleasant to drive, the top down. Hopefully there's not too much wind noise. I'm mic'd up, so hopefully that'll help. But yeah, it's a bit of a cream puff to drive, you know, it's really, but it's great. I mean, that's what it's meant to be. It's not a muscle car. It's got a nice exhaust sound. It's not too loud, not too quiet. It doesn't pin you in your seat, but it does push you back a little. Super light steering. It's like zero road feel. Like this is really just a device to aim the car with. You don't feel it. You don't feel the road surface at all. It's just feather light. But that's how it was meant to be, you know. You know, if you want a driver's car, sports car, then that's what you need to buy. If you want to just chill, cruise down the road, look good doing it, it's really not a bad option. It's just a shame it's about all that rust. But brakes are really good. Those four-wheel discs are, even though that one rotor's not you know, the pad's not touching the whole way around, this has got really good brakes. Like the palm of your hand, you just spin it from lock to lock. Yeah, that's crazy. So you just don't even need a grip on the wheel. You just like, yeehaw. Love it. So plenty of power for cruising with. Not a lot of power for racing with, but plenty of power for cruising. And if you want to be racing, well, you need to go and find a GS 455 and spend, you know, 5 times the money. So yeah, we're just going to cruise back to the shop, call it a day. I'll call the owner and have a conversation with him, and we'll figure out what direction he wants to go. And yeah, thanks for riding along, and we'll see you on the next video, guys. Take care.